Hi, everybody, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Shakia Mayer, and we are going to talk about a post that I put up on my Facebook this morning, early this morning, too. So, I asked the question. I said, the question of the day is, are you manifesting your purpose or waiting to discover it? And several people commented, thank you. I'll go through them and respond to each of them. I love the responses that I saw. And if you want to go to the post and comment, definitely do that. I think it's very interesting reading different people's perspective. So when I made the post, I want to give some context because when I made the post, for me, when I ask the question, are you manifesting your purpose or waiting to discover it? The word that jumps out or the words that jump out for me are manifesting and waiting. And the reason why I asked this question is because I was having a conversation with somebody, with a potential client, and and she was saying, I'm just waiting on the universe to tell me what my purpose is. I'm just waiting on the universe to tell me. And I think so many people can relate to that. I think you probably can relate to that, where there may have been times where you're like, I'm just waiting on God to show me, or I'm waiting on the universe to reveal it. And there are some people who spend almost their entire lives waiting to discover their purpose. So there were several responses about the discover part, which I definitely enjoyed reading. So some people said, I feel like I know what my purpose is and I'm open to possibilities, which is awesome. I feel like I'm manifesting it and I'm open to what happens next. That's great. We don't want to wait to discover our purpose because that's what creates this feeling of having no meaning in our lives. So if you're waiting to discover something, you might feel like you are you're waiting, so you're stuck. You might not be doing very much. Excuse me, I just got finished talking in my group, and so I think I'm a little I think I need to slow down. Everything I do revolves talking to people, doing videos, doing trainings, coaching, therapy. I'm always talking. But anyway, if you're waiting to discover your purpose, you might be waiting for a long time. So I don't actually believe that you wait so that your purpose can be revealed to you. I believe that you get to choose what your purpose is. And for me, when I talk about or think of discovery, it's because it's you allowing yourself to explore different possibilities, and then you get to choose what's best for you. You get to choose what you feel most connected to. So you don't have to wait to know what your purpose is, because also it doesn't have to be this one thing and with this grand plan. And this is the only thing I was designed to do. Sure, for some people that may be the case. But there are many of us who are multi-passionate, which also might mean our purpose may not look one way, right? There are dimensions and layers to it because we have these different interests, because we have these different passions. So because you are multi-passionate, you don't have to confine yourself to this idea that your purpose has to be this one way. It has to look very linear. I think that's a very old school way of thinking. And what we know now is you get to discover your passion. You get to manifest your passion. Why? Because you're choosing to. So when we talk about manifesting is bringing your desire into this physical space, into this physical reality. So what are you choosing to bring into this reality as it relates to your purpose? What are you choosing to be connected to? What are you choosing to have as part of your life? So when I hear people say, like, I don't know what my purpose is, I'm not passionate about anything, I often wonder, well, what are you doing? tell me what your day is like. Because often, honestly, if you tell me what your day is like, I'll tell you what's going on. But tell me what your day is like. Because if you're not open to trying new things, if you're not open to getting out of your comfort zone, if you're not open to doing the things that scare you, it's gonna feel really, really hard to manifest your purpose or discover your purpose. Because in all honesty, you're repelling what you could be doing purposefully instead of choosing what resonates with you. Maybe there is no grand scheme, there is no grand plan, and I know that's gonna be different from what other folk were taught, but what if it's not? Because you get to choose what you want to do for your life. In my training, the training I just did in the group, I read from Joshua, first chapter, one of the verses, I think it was verse 6, and I talked about let's see. Is it verse 6? It was verse 6. Be strong and courageous, because you will lead these people to inherit the land I swore to their ancestors to give to them, right? And so this idea of being strong and courageous, and I talked, and I won't go into it. If you're interested, then go watch the training in the group. But when you are courageous, it doesn't mean that you don't have fear. When you are courageous, it means you have fear and you're like, so what? I'm going to still go forth. So for some of you, you haven't gotten to that point of connecting to your calling or living a purposeful life, living a life of meaning the way that you see fit, not how society defines it, because that's another issue. Whatever you feel connected to, you haven't gotten there because, I just got to be honest, you're not being courageous. You're staying in your little bubble, in your box, and you're hoping for some grand plan to reveal itself. So you spend your days feeling shitty about your life, feeling shitty about your day, feeling shitty about your job, and you're like, I just want to know, what am I supposed to do? Well, God, just tell me. Now you're going to God, you're going to the universe with all this desperate ass energy, and that's what you're going to get back, because like attracts like. And you find yourself in this predicament year after year after year. I bet you, if I did a poll and I asked you to reflect on your life now and last year or the year before that, for a lot of you, and this is no shade because we're going somewhere with this, no shade, no judgment. I say this with compassion. But for a lot of you, it's going to look very similar because you've been too afraid to be courageous, to try something different. So you don't have to wait to discover your purpose. You get to choose to actively discover it. This is the journey. This is part of the journey. So many of you are waiting for the destination. You're waiting for the outcome. But in order to get the outcome, in order to be the person who you are dreaming of becoming, in order to have the life that you cry about, that you think about at night, that when you think about it, you get excited, but then you start talking yourself out of it, so then you get a little anxious, but you know you were destined for something greater than what your life looks like now, but you're not going to get there because you aren't allowing yourself to be courageous. You still have that fear mindset. And that fear mindset will only attract more fear, more lack, more scarcity. So no, you're not on the path of discovering shit. Oh, excuse my language. You're not on the path of discovering anything except more self-doubt, because you haven't allowed yourself to be open enough, to be courageous enough to go forth. When you do, you get to inherit what the universe has for you, because abundance is your birthright. I was just saying this. Prosperity is your birthright. What you desire, the universe wants to give you. The thing that is literally driving you. This is the reason why you still are holding on to this hope that there's something better, because you literally can feel it in your body. You can feel it in your bones. You know that there is something better. that there is something greater. And you also know that you are limiting yourself. And because you still feel this, there's that hope. It's like, okay, well, maybe today's the day. But then we talk ourselves out of it. Maybe today's the day. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe today is the day I'll do something different. But what will people say? Maybe today is the day I'll try, I'll try something new. Maybe today's the day I'll apply for this new job. Maybe this is the day where I'll end this toxic ass relationship. Maybe this is the day where I'll finally exercise. Maybe this is the day where I'll eat right. Maybe this is the day, because this is a part of the version of myself. This is a part of who I want to become. But then you talk yourself out of it. You're not courageous enough to go forth. So yes, you will be waiting to discover your purpose instead of manifesting it. Instead of discovering the opportunities, the new possibilities, the abundance, the magic of the universe, the power of the universe, the power of God. And so it's like, well, I just wake up and it's just like my days have no meaning. I teach my clients, let's come up with, your life worth living. Why is your life worth living? These goals as we move forward, as we become this future version of yourself, because we're not waiting for the destination. You become who you want to become. Each day you choose to do something different. Each day you choose to do something that's in alignment with that future version of yourself. Until you wake up and you're like, oh, snap, everything I thought about, I manifested. I dress how I thought my future self would. I speak the way my future self would. I work in a field the way my future self would. I impact people the way my future self would. I do whatever it is for you. But you don't just get there one day. That's not the journey. Right? You go to sleep, you wake up, you're like, hey. No, it takes a little while. My point is, it's part of the journey. Being open to the possibilities, choosing the purpose is part of the journey. We don't have to rush it. We can embrace the journey because this is the fun part. This is the fun part. This is how you get to see, what's working well and what do you really resonate with and what lights you up. What helps you to want to leap out of bed every day? What's giving you this meaning? What do you feel connected to? What do you feel called to? And again, it doesn't have to be something so grand. It's whatever it is for you. So don't wait for the universe to reveal what your purpose is. Don't wait for God to reveal what your purpose is. Choose it. Choose your purpose. Manifest it. Be open to discovering your purpose. Be open to, and you're open because you're trying new things. You're out of your comfort zone. You're being courageous. And the more you do that, you are elevating. You are elevating. And you embody that goddess energy. You realize that you are a divine being. You have a direct relationship with the creator, with the universe, with God, whatever you want to call it. And so you don't have to wait for it to be revealed. But the more you tap into that divine energy, the greater your relationship, and you can receive divine instruction. Absolutely. But see, some of you will miss the divine instruction because you won't even listen to it. Or you're so busy that you can't even hear it. You can't even connect to it. And again, this is a no judgment zone. I want you to be aware of what it is that's going on and what's coming up for you so that you can do something about it. I don't want to hear, I don't know what to do. Well, I just don't know. I don't have meaning. Well, what are you doing about it? What are you doing? What actions have you taken today that's different from the day before? I'll do a video on that actually, because this has been coming up with so many clients recently. So I won't go into it right now. But what I will say is, thank you everybody who stopped by. Thank you. Hey, how's everything going? Let me know in the comments what resonated with you. Remember, you don't have to wait to discover anything. You can be open to possibilities as you continue to manifest, right? Because you're bringing it into this physical reality. That is what it means to manifest. So I want you to let me know in the comments what resonated with you, all right? And if you are not part of the Goddess Elevation group, come on over. You can still, it's not too late for you to participate and watch the trainings from earlier this week. They were really good. I don't even know the expression, but they were really good, if I do say so myself. Okay, so that's all I have for today. Let me know if there are any questions. Anything came up, put them in the comments and I will respond. Again, thanks to everybody who commented on the post. If you haven't, go back, go comment. Let's get a conversation going. All right. As always, have a courageous day, and I will talk to you all real soon. Bye. See, have a courageous day. What does that mean? That means try something different, even if you are afraid. Do something different, okay? I say that in every video. There's a reason why. So anyway, have a courageous day. Bye.